Today I am showing you guys some eye contact tricks. Eye contact is actually the most intimate expression and interaction we can have with someone. If you really think about it, it's the most intense and intimate, so it's understandable that it can be challenging at times. My secret of eye contact, just like everything I talk about in my content, is in balance, and it's in this balance of two energies. The first one being soft, gentle, nonchalant, effortless, chill, and the second being sharp, present, direct, confident, alert. And these energies are expressed on the inside and outside. So being conscious of what we're portraying and expressing on our face on the outside, and how we're thinking and feeling on the inside. So now I'm going to give you guys some practical examples and tricks. So number one, to get us centered, balanced, grounded, to become aware and conscious, to be able to guide our energies, what do? We breathe, baby, we breathe. So next, let's prepare our face. And this is where we blend the energies, like I mentioned earlier, of soft and sharp. What I like to do is, I like to keep more so the upper part of my face sharper and the lower part of my face softer, because the eye contact is coming from the eyes. So keep that eyes direct and present. And the lower part, I keep it softer so that I can feel and stay comfortable throughout the conversation. Because anytime we hold tension in our face, especially in our jaws, that gets uncomfortable, that gets awkward. And when we start to notice the awkwardness and how we're holding the tension, then it affects our eye contact, because we're losing our eye contact, we're focusing on our face, and then we start to think that we're feeling awkward, looking awkward, and it's because of the tension in our face. For me, I will do closed mouth and open, because they can both be natural for me, and I kind of flow through both. So again, I'm softer in the bottom half of my face, but it's still conscious. I'm not letting it fully droop, but I'm letting it feel relaxed. Relaxed and conscious, so that I can sustain it, so that I'm able to hold it. I keep my eyes sharper. I just look at them. But it's this, again, it's a blend, right? So not so sharp that you're just staring at them. Eye contact is not staring. Staring is a different thing. Staring is intensity that is just awkward and creepy. Next, head tilts. So normally when we tilt our head downwards, we create more intense eye contact. It's more intentional listening as well, more intense listening and more intense eye contact. And you feel this energy. When you tilt your head down, you look at someone and you're listening, it creates more of that intensity already. And your facial expressions, like how your mouth moves, this will show different types of intensity. So I can either be intense, but I'm still softer. You know, you see on TikTok, the doe-eye. So you can be listening intently, but you're still carrying a softer energy like this. Smiling obviously softens it a bit. Or I leave my mouth a little bit open for that doe-eyed expression. And obviously, we can be looking at someone more intensely with more sharpness sometimes too. And sometimes it's more of this, like, I'm just really trying to understand what you're saying kind of energy. There's a difference between this and this. Right? So you can be more serious, but don't clench. It's like just a hold, and you're just you're not moving as much because you're listening. You can even have your mouth a little bit open and still be more serious like this. Okay, so you want to practice it. But overall, when you tilt your head down and look, it does create intensity, but you could direct that intensity to be softer intensity or sharper intensity. Next, tilting head up. When we tilt our head up and do eye contact, it's normally more thoughtful eye contact, more relaxed and thoughtful. And I would also say that when you're just starting to practice eye contact, you've never been really good at it, or you've always been terrified of it, doing the upward tilt is easier to practice with, because in general it's just more relaxed. Again, you can play with your facial expressions to give nuanced, different, subtle energies as you're being more thoughtful. So one way could be just thoughtful and you're just having a good time, you're just chill and you're happy and you're just listening to them. Or maybe even like a touch of admiration, love, like, oh, I'm so proud of you kind of energy. And you can also make it a bit more sharp, but still relaxed in the eye, just like if you're kind of analyzing. So it's similar to, it's the same basically as when you tilt your head down. It's just instead of having your mouth and your smiles and your facial expression be more soft, and gentle and, loving, you're more sharp. You're not mean. Again, you're not aggressive, but you're more like, okay, I'm listening, but I'm observing, I'm analyzing. If you want to practice mouth slightly open and not looking awkward, keeping it comfortable, number one, make sure you naturally have that expression in your face, right? Like, again, if you have, really full lips, or this part, whatever this is called, is longer, you don't have to open your mouth. But if you do, sometimes that naturally your mouth is a little bit open, but sometimes it gets rigid or awkward. You can try putting your tongue at the top of your roof, right here. Putting your tongue just gently there. You still need some breaks to refresh yourself, to not get it to a rigid state. So what do you do during those times? What I do is, as I'm looking, I'll have moments where I just look away in reflection and I look back. And I am actually reflecting. This is why the point is to stay present in the conversation. I'm looking at them, I'm listening. And the other reason why I look away too is because if we're both doing the eye contact and I'm listening to them, I actually do need a break to look away to be able to reflect on what they're saying. Because if I'm looking at them directly and we're both doing the eye contact, and I'm kind of looking into their soul. So whatever they're saying, I'm just listening. Like, ooh, the words are coming in. So I need to kind of break away from their soul and look away to consciously reflect what they're saying, and then be like, okay, and then come back. It helps when you're breathing throughout it. Especially when you have moments you both look at each other and it gets a little intense. The other thing though is I don't really turn my head though, so that I'm able to come right back into the eye contact. I just look away with my eyes. So I'm looking at them. And I think this is more confident too, instead of you moving too much. These all come with your intention too. So depending on the interaction you're in, if it's professional, social, personal, with a lover, with a friend, with a boss, with someone you're managing, it all comes with intentions. So be intentional before you go into the interaction on who this person is, what you're trying to get out of this. That way, when you're in the interaction, you're doing the eye contact, the little expressions that come through will be more smooth and effortless too, because you're intentional with it. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, the more confident you truly become with yourself too, because you realize that your anxieties and fears and insecurities and feeling that eye contact is very awkward, this was all you. It was never them. It was always you going into the same cycles and patterns and fears and insecurities that you had because you were too afraid to just go towards it. But when you actively go towards it and you practice it and it becomes just normal, you just realize, wait a minute, it's really not that hard. And now I'm confident, but that confidence is not an effortful confidence. It's not a lot of energy. It's relaxed. I'm just me, and I'm just here with you. I'm conscious, I'm present. And I'm able to do the eye contact and make you feel comfortable too, because I'm comfortable. I'm not forcing it. I'm not trying to be someone different. I might be intentional. I might be aware. I might show different subtle emotions through my facial expressions, through my eyes. But it's all a part of me. It's all a part of natural me. The foundation of all my content is energy, self-energy, human energy, and I just use practical techniques and tips to show you guys that it's all energy. It's this embodiment of inner and outer energy, and we understand how to embody energy a lot better for social interactions and self-understanding and self-interactions as well when we understand ourselves, when we know who we are, because we all know that we all express differently and we all have different ways that we express depending on the people we're with and the situations that we're in and the contexts that we're in. So number one is always to understand ourselves first, to know who we are, and then that will show us where our patterns, cycles, triggers, and traumas are. We bring things back to balance, and then we'll know how to use our own unique expressions, our own unique energy to play with social interactions, to learn how to interact with others and express ourselves more smoothly, more naturally, more powerfully, more confidently, while staying true to our unique being, to our unique personal expressions as well. So if you would like coaching here, please get that coaching video from me. It's in the description below. That's it. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful for you guys. And feel free to ask me questions. I'll try to address them. I will see you guys next time. And remember, when in doubt, sometimes we just have to see things from a new view. Sometimes we just have to see things from a new view. Love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.